going on, Jerome's beautiful Thursday? Birds are chirping and stuff, and it's time for another Vikings news dump. So I sort of adopted the Mariners until the Pohlads sell the Twins. So good times. Also, a lot of people have commented of where a lot of Dodgers stuff. So this all started when I would play a lot of poker out in LA and Vegas, right? And I like being jovial. I like having a good time, but I sort of got sick of the inane conversations. Like I would wear a Twins hat or a Wolves jersey or Vikings gear out there. It's like, oh, you from Minnesota? Da, 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 da. So I got sort of sick of those stupid small conversations. So I literally was like, all right, out in LA, a Korean dude wearing a Dodgers hat is not going to make any waves, right? So I almost feel like I'm a secret agent out there. Wear some Dodgers gear, put on some headphones, 5-bet shove, light. I don't know. A lot of things going on. But also, I know this is a football channel, but bear with me. It's kind of like when I go to the Asian grocery stores and I walk in, buying stuff. We got some radish. We got some kimchi. We got some pig's feet. We got some fish tofu. Kids love fish tofu. And I'm just like, they have no idea. I can't understand what they're saying. One time we were at the Korean grocery store in Burnsville, and this old Korean grandma lady starts talking to me in Korean, and I have no idea what she's saying, but she's clearly gesturing for me to help her lift these bags of rice onto the pile. So I did it. Should have gotten paid. Anyways, Vikings news dump. I guess it's a football channel. Anyways, the big topic of the week is J.J. McCarthy's right ankle, Carson Wentz's left shoulder. So return to practice officially on Wednesday. And the injury reports came in, and J.J. McCarthy was limited. Carson Wentz was a full go, so it's good to see. But what's interesting is that, so J.J. McCarthy, and we pointed this out at the Monday unofficial practice, where McCarthy's ankle's obviously taped underneath his sock, but no brace, no spats. And when we say spats, it's when it's taped on the outside of the cleat for stability, right? And if you ever had it done, it's annoying as hell, because after the game, you're looking for some scissors. You can't find some scissors. Then you're trying to gnaw at it like you're a wild animal, or you're Carrie Elway's from Saw. So I don't know. So what's interesting is that McCarthy didn't have any spats, no brace, but Carson Wentz had his cleats spatted up. So I don't know. But Wentz wearing that left support brace on his left shoulder as well. And as we said with the injury report, a couple of good things here. So Cashman returned in full. He's in his 21-day window. Same thing with Tyler Batty. But Carson Wentz full good to go. And that's a good sign, because we need at least one of these mofos to be healthy. All right. J.J. McCarthy was limited with the ankle, even though Kevin O'Connell did say that they're going to split reps, which, by the way, Kevin O'Connell was very surly, to put it that way, at his press conference on Wednesday. It was kind of funny. And I don't know if it's maybe they got bad news about J.J. McCarthy, or maybe he's mad about Jonathan Grenard going on that podcast and talking about, oh, McCarthy's going to be back. Yeah. Who knows, man? TID, Donovan Jackson, both limited. Although Donovan Jackson looked good with that wrist, he should be good to go for Sunday. I did like Brian O'Neill and Andrew Van Ginkel return in limited fashion from their knee and neck, respectively. I don't think that they play on Sunday, but just having them back on the field makes you feel good about things. Yeah. Also, Juergens, full participant with the hamstring. So, TBD, who's going to be at center? Is it going to be Juergens, or is it going to be Blake Brandel? And with the Eagles, the only one to note is, Dickerson with the ankle, but Quinion Mitchell, even if he plays, he's not going to be 100%. So it's go time for Jefferson and Addison. Also go time is, thank you so much, rock stars, all of you. So Rocco's walkathon, he was number 1 in his class, and his class was number 1 in his grade and number 2 in the school. And I believe they surpassed their overall fundraising efforts. So again, thank you so much, Jerome's. You guys crushed it. Rocco's so happy because he gets a silly string as teacher, even though he really likes his teacher. Also, he got a hat and like a little Tamagotchi to except this one just doesn't die. Like, you can shut it off. I don't know. But I wish, I wish, I want to get back to the days where I could be like Rocco and just be absolutely fired up over a hat. You know what I mean? I just want to be excited about a hat. I want to be excited by, I don't know, the shininess of tinfoil. I just want that back, man. It's good times. Yeah. Margaret's fundraiser runs throughout next week. So, again, all Venmo's, Cash Apps donated to the show will go straight to school fundraisers through October. Well, it's extended a week because Margaret's is next week. So, there you go. Links are down below. Again, thank you, Jerome. So you guys have been absolutely getting after it. And then after practice, JJ McCarthy as well as Carson Wentz fed the local media jackals, said some stuff and some things. And some things and some stuff. Gessling Strib. JJ McCarthy on his right ankle. It's getting there. I wouldn't say it's 100%. He says if it's up to him, he'd play. But we've got to be smart and understand there are a lot of things that go on. I'm just going to do what I'm told and try to get better. Now, some people read this as, oh, he's throwing the coaches on the bus. Now, he's letting everyone know that, hey, I'm a hockey guy. I'll be out there. If this is the Super Bowl tomorrow, I would be out there, man. But, of course, getting back, full week of practice, all the fundamentals back. Plus, I feel like, no, this is not a soft benching, even though people just love to roll with that stupid narrative. If it had been a soft benching, they should just put him on IR, saved a roster spot, as well as the specter of him returning. But, McCarthy may not return until even after that 4-game window because he missed Cincy, Pittsburgh, Cleveland. If he misses the Eagles, that's already more than 4 games. And frankly, I feel like if he doesn't start on Sunday against the Eagles, I don't think he starts Thursday against the Chargers. I don't think we see him again until Week 9, November 2nd at Detroit. The Michigan man returns home. He could say, well, why start him against Detroit? Well, you got to start him at some point. Every single team in this league, I mean, they got dudes all over the place, man. So, I mean, Detroit's as good a place as any as we go in and shock the world. Shock my world, little country girl. Although, starting once against Philly would be great for the narratives, revenge game. And then JJ McCarthy against jumping Jim Harbaugh. And then he returns to Michigan. Actually, maybe McCarthy starts on Thursday. Screw it. I don't know, man. McCarthy says, a lot of well-respected second opinions on his high ankle sprain agreed it was 4 to 6, 2 to 6 weeks, and we're still in that. Also, Carson Wentz spoke. Will Raggett, Sports Illustrated. Here's Carson Wentz, who says he's feeling good with his shoulder and approaching this week the same way he always does. And I feel like that's the veteran approach, the backup approach. And I like that. I like that McCarthy and Wentz haven't really said anything derogatory about each other. They haven't been possessive about, this is my job, da, 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 da. So, they're just being good teammates about it. And Wentz is a pro's pro. And, reportedly he's dealing with a lot of pain in that non-throwing shoulders from ESPN. Vikings quarterback in practice, considered a pretty painful injury. He's day-to-day, as we all are. So, Wentz obviously dealing with a lot, but I feel like the writing is on the wall, and if I had to wager a jelly bean or two, I think that Carson Wentz starts on Sunday. TBD if JJ McCarthy suits up as quarterback 2 or if he's a scratch. So I guess we'll see. Also, so there's a debate of, well, Carson Wentz gives you a chance to win games now, or JJ McCarthy, blah, 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 blah. He's a bust because bad 7 out of 8 quarters, blah, 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 blah. We've heard all that. But on First Take, Bounty Brees makes a good point. I think a lot of these guys need about 50 high-level starts before you're going to know what you have in a quarterback. That includes college and their time in the NFL. Drew Brees on quarterback development in the league. So, JJ McCarthy was a 2-year starter at Michigan. So you factor that in. He's just over 30 starts with his 2 games here with the Vikings. So, I mean, we got a full season and change to really see what JJ McCarthy has. And I feel like, the Vikings have invested in this. This is the plan all off season. And I don't think things have drastically changed. So, Bountygate asterisk Drew Brees is absolutely right in this spot. So we'll see. Also, some good practice news from the Vikings. Blake Cashman outside. How about that? Return to practice in full. Also, so hamstrings are tricky, and they're also all different because of the various muscles there and various grades of the strain/sprain. So Obviously, J.J. McCarthy missed 7 games in 2020. Justin Jefferson, the original J.J., missed 7 games back in 2023. Ivan Pace Jr. missed a fistful last year with a unique hamstring injury. And with Cashman, so he's 21-day window starts. He's already missed 4 games. And he's out there without a sleeve, without anything with the hamstring, so he's good to go. Plus, he's wearing like the jeans model stance, Wrangler. So it's good to see. And it'll be very good for the Vikings run defense if you get Cashman and or Andrew Van Ginkel back. Love to see it. Also, I love to see when the Vikings are dogs, man. All right, so Daniel Jeremiah, Nick Shukin Nasterd, our guy Marcus Grant, as well as Kevin Patrick coming at you. They're all invited to the Korean barbecue. But Colleen Wolfe, no. Adam Rank, obviously not. Even if you pick the Vikings, no. Bucky Brooks, Bucky, we trusted you, man. MJD, Maurice Jones-Drew, D. LaSalle High School, Bob Ladisor, when the game stands tall, no. Gordon, something? Yeah. And then Eric Head on Power Rankings, not uninvited to Korean barbecue. No mas. That's all. Again, I actually wish that more. Hey, Nick Shook, Marcus, Patra, why don't you switch those picks? We'll just roll with DJ, Appalachian State. Let's go. Let's go, man. Also, how about that D, baby? So, yes, we have to get much better against the run. But in terms of EPA, expected points added per dropback, Vikings are numero uno in the National Football League. So weeks 1 through 6, defensive coverage usage. You look through, the Vikings primarily play zone, a lot of cover 2, a lot of shell. Make sure you're not giving up the big play. And the Vikings in coverage have been doing really damn well, right? But the run game, that's where it's been different. So, the Vikings, in terms of this charting of EPA, the Vikings are minus 0.12 per dropback, per play. They're minus 0.23 per dropback, and then they're 0.008 per rush. So, also, they're 17,000 snorkel. So I don't know. But basically, what this boils down to is the Vikings are very good against the pass. They're very bad against the run. So hopefully, Cashman, AVG, returning to the lineup, Harrison Smith amping up usage as well, getting more out of the Jonathan Allen, Javon Hargrave, playing LDR more, playing Jalen Redmond more, like could and should help things out, hopefully. Yeah. Also, this is kind of funny. So, fewest points allowed in the NFL entering Week 7. Texans are number 1 at 61, Broncos at 95, Vikings at 97, and then da-da-da. Now, a couple things here. The Vikings and the Texans were on bye last week, and as well as the Falcons and the Packers already had their bye. Yeah. So, there's not a great metric, but we're back. So, that's why more metrics that aren't so much cumulative based, but you look at EPA, you look at PFF grade to a degree, but you look at net yards per attempt in the passing game, you look at yards per carry in the rushing game, you look at third down percentage, you look at red zone percentage, you look at things that are more average based. All right, so that's really how you determine how a defense is doing. Until we get out of all these bye weeks, that's the way to go. But we'll still take it. We're number 3. Come on, man. Yeah. Also, not to get ahead of things, but next Thursday, a week from today, Vikings will be out in La La Land taking on the Chargers, the Los Angeles Superchargers, and they are going to be wearing the throwback like dark blue Navy uniforms, which are great, which are awesome, man. And the Chargers will have the darkened end zones as well. Good to see. So a lot of touchdowns, a lot of turnover sellies in those end zones. I think we'll look good. Lastly, the latest Metellus Metellus is... Well, what's the last song that you listened to before the game to get you hyped up? Josh Metellus listens to Adele. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. Not gonna lie, Adele, so I feel like there's entertainers and there's singers. Adele is a legit singer, right? I would say that Taylor Swift is more of a entertainer, not to throw people under the bus. I mean, everyone has value for sure, but Adele's voice is amazing, right? And I was thinking about like musical acts like this. Like, would they play in different decades, different eras? You could, like, Adele's singing voice would be applicable 50 years from now, whatever the genre is, 50 years ago, 100 years ago, like Adele has that sort of talent. I don't know if entertainers would, you know? Entertainer is really, so a singer is the fajitas, the actual meat, the onions, the peppers, the spices, cumin, all that stuff. The entertainer is just when everything is on a hot plate, and then literally, like when they bring the fajitas out and they're sizzling and everyone's like, wow. It's literally just a squeezed bottle of water onto a hot plate. Tss, tss. It's just steam. That's all it is. But people are always like, the clapping seals. That's entertainers. Yeah. So Adele is the fajita steak, and Taylor Swift is the bottle of water that has a sizzle. I don't know what we accomplished there, but I like Adele. Actually like Taylor Swift, dude. Not gonna lie. But Jumpin' Joe Huber, offensive lineman, the pride of Cincinnati, the pride of stupid Badger. Yeah. But Joe Huber, 3 days grace. I feel like most offensive linemen, and everyone who goes to Wisconsin, by the way, I feel like it's 3 days grace. It's Kid Rock. It's isn't that like Linkin Park 7 Dust? Yeah, somewhere in there. Denial. Also, there's one more. I'd say maybe Disturbed. Yeah, but 3 days grace. Oh, Breaking Benjamin, Diary of Jane. I feel like 3 days grace is the ground zero for, hey, this is offensive lineman music. Start a riot. It's good, man. It's good. Also, Nudie said Outcast, except Metellus called cap on that, so he's just trying to pose. I like the way you move. Good times, man. Anyways, that's it. Sorry if that was long and rambling, but that's what this show is. Happy Thursday. You guys are the absolute best. You know what to do. Skol. Production value.